Hey, I just got our Ranchero 3. I think I'm saying that right. It's basically a watering system. I'm going to replace this guy. It's a little old. It was kind of hard to set the clock. Set me back a couple minutes pressing all these buttons. But I went ahead and tested, made sure all my lines seem to work. All of them seem to work except for number 8. This is 8 channels. These are the commons. Or wait, these are the commons. I think this is, what does this say? 24 volts. That's so that's probably the common. And then this says, oh, actually that's labeled common. Let's see, you can see it right here. It says 24 volts. What's weird is this is going into my rain sensor. So I'm not sure how that even functions. That is so bizarre. It's probably not correct. So I will be probing that and figuring out where all those go. Also, what another really weird thing is, look at the gauge on, what was that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Gauge on number 5 is crazy. It's huge. But everything else looks cool. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this thing. You need to take a picture of where all the wires are. Let me go in here and get close. Bop. Taking a picture. Take a picture of this too. Bop. Okay. And here we go. I should probably talk about this too. So unplugging it. Boop. Unplugged. And then this dude just lifts up. Then, see there? It's your power cable. It's kind of hard to use some sort of like iPhone head strap or something. I don't know. But, yep. So that's just the power in, the 24 volts right there. Kind of curious. Let's take a look at this here, see what it says. Oh yeah, this is AC voltage. The output is also AC, which is kind of cool. So that explains why there's no polarity on our 24 volts up here. But we don't need to worry about that anyway because it's gone. We are going to take this out. Yeah, let's see here. Common. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense on why that's all common. If that's these two, yeah. So I traced this one. That one is going, and this one are both going to my sensor, which does make sense because you need to have one of your sensor wires going. We'll need to go in there. Okay, I'm gonna have to put the phone down just for a second. So I made a important discovery while I was taking this apart. That these actually, it's hard to do. Look at that, it comes right out. There's like a, I don't know if you can see, there you go. There's a little connector there, so it actually comes off of the board. So that'll make, taking this thing off a little easier and then keeping all the pieces together. I'm gonna go ahead and with a Sharpie, I'm gonna mark each one of these so that way I can kind of keep an idea of where they belong. All right. Everything's pulled off. I got all the pieces on here, off of here. Now I just need to get this bracket off the wall. Luckily for me, they used 2 different types of screws because, that's what happens sometimes. Look at that. I don't even think they used any kind of brads or anything. Nope, just, hey, just screw it in the wall. Pretty awesome. I recommend not doing that. It looks like there's been a couple different other devices up here at one point. So I had to kind of pull the wires through this thing. As I'm doing it, if you notice they're all like bunched up and jumbly, my guess is the last person that installed this did a fantastic job, and just decided to cram everything in there. So I've been like, kind of like straightening out these wires and stuff. Also, I think I'm gonna fan them in the direction that they need to be, the order, so that way I can like do that. Better way to probably do that is to number them, but I'm feeling a little lucky with this, so I'm just gonna do it how I wanna. If I need to, I can always go back to those photos and figure out which color matched what number. Alright, got my wires all fanned out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here's my common coming back from the box, or the and then here's my sensor stuff, which once again I think is incorrectly connected. I think this is supposed to be the ground, which loops back to here. This is just a switch. I'm probably going to take it apart just to make sure there's nothing more than just a switch in there, but I'd almost guarantee it's just a switch. I might just use a voltmeter and see what happens. Alright, on to the next. I'm just going to take this off, and then we'll get to opening the box. Alright, here's the box. All I got, again, I need to, yeah, box, nice. It's pretty cool. There's a, oops, I think you missed it. I cut some plastic there. Flip flap open, got a manual, that's nice. They got some hole templates, in the manual. I've already done a bunch of stuff. Because I'm sure if you watched my videos, I do not tend to read the manual, because I'm a fool. There's the unit. Let me open this up and show you what's going on with the unit. These are cool. They got magnets on the back. There's a blue light right here. Here's all your connectors. This is the 8, 1 through 8. There's 2 sensor spots. There's your 24 volt spot, and then actually, that's interesting. I probably could have used maybe the other power. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not going to use that though. There's a power. Actually, let me show you. There it is. See, there's a wall wart basically with the adapter. Boop. And then I'm just going to plug that into right there, underneath right there. And that should be good to go. So I'm going to mount this on the wall, and I'll be right back. Alright, real quick, I started doing this and I remembered the previous person didn't really do it right, so kind of want to make sure I add that to the video. So there's 3 holes in here, and in the manual they were really nice to give us a template, which is cool. So in order to figure out how high I want it, I kind of eyeball it here. I do it by the size of the pipe. I need it a little bit above the pipe, and then I put it there. And then what I did was I stuck a hole, or I stuck a Sharpie through that hole right there, and put just the smallest little hole, or not hole, but mark right there. And then I'm taking my template. Really probably put this down. And I'm gonna go ahead and make more marks. 1 second. All right, made my hole, or my spots for my holes, and then give a little zip zap. Wrong direction. All right, there's that one. There's that one. There's that one. All right, now take a little blue doodads, just kind of jam them in there. No, what they'll do is they'll expand. If you if this is your first time ever seeing one of these things, you kind of hold it in drywall a little better. Actually, I'm going to get a hammer and kind of pound it in a little bit. You're going to miss out on that. Next thing you know, this will be on the wall. And then basically you just kind of take this unit and put it right up there. It'll all line up. But I'm gonna hammer these in a little bit because I want them to be nice and flush. All right, boom, we got it up there. Now basically we just need to start putting our wires in. I'm gonna just kind of go down the line here. Let's see, I know this one was number 5 and it's kind of big and weird, so I'm gonna do that dude first. I don't know if you noticed that, but when I put it in there, it kind of just pushed itself up, the lever. You don't actually have to hold these up. I mean, you can if you want, of course, but you don't need to. Boop. See how easy that is? Look how nice and straight my wires are. So I kind of like lay them to the side, nice and pretty. Look at that guy. That guy has a little bit of a nick in it. Might, you know, depending on how it turns out, I'll either go back in and fix that so it doesn't short, or maybe not. We'll see. Sometimes I like to cut the leads off these, you know, cut them down, and then kind of, you know, pushing my wires in all pretty. Still, let's see here. Yeah, boop. And boop. And one more. And boop. Look at that. Now, if you notice the smaller wires, they all kind of push back, so you can, you know, not as far as originally, but like this one is because it's a bigger gauge, it's like all pushed up, and that's normal for most you know, terminals that you can push the wire into. All right, so we got common here. Yep. Seems to be 2 labeled common, and then there's the, so I'm probably only going to need to do 1. Oh, darn it. I guess I'm going to look at the manual after all, make sure I know what they mean. All right, so I just want to point this out, that the C is for common, which does make sense, and then the M is for master valve, which, so I'm not a sprinkler dude by trade, so that was one of the things. The M, MV, or pump is the master valve. That's kind of crazy. And then they have sensors, so there's sensor 1 and sensor 2. And it seems good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This drawing down here is of the 16 channel one. Look at that. Look at all those terminals. It's got 2 commons on both sides, which is cool. And then there's the sensor. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm actually going to use this common for the sensors, and then I'm going to use the this one. This happens to be my common just for the what do you call them? The valves. Sheesh. Oh, actually, it's not this one. That's the motor, not the black one, but the white one. So the white ones are the commons. So basically white to white for my system. And I've kind of done some soul searching. I don't really need this rain sensor switch. I'm not really sure why someone felt they needed this, but I trust the Rachio, what, I'm not even sure how to say this. I don't know. Maybe somebody can do me a favor and make a video on how you say this, so I can do videos in the future on how to say this correctly. So we're almost done. I'm about to plug this in, then we'll turn off some sprinklers, maybe, like, you know, run through the sprinkler joyfully as the plants all get wet. It's gonna be awesome. So I keep acting like I'm gonna skip steps, and then I end up not doing it. So if you notice, this lead, it's a little long, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of a trim. Plus, like, the edge, it's all like crazy. You know, I want it nice and straight. So I already put in the sensor for right there. Actually, you know what? Let me clean that dude up a little bit too. I'm just that way. Hold on, phone. I need another hand. What's going on here? Give me a second, I gotta clean. I really didn't miss much. I just twisted this wire. See, now it's all nice and clean looking. So, I did notice that these wires that are not. Oh, I need both my hands. So once again, for the sensor, I'm doing the common, and then this is gonna end up here. But I need my hands. Hold on. All right, so it's time to plug it in. Put the wall board in. There's the there's a little jack under there. Remember, talked about that earlier. Push that in. If you notice all my wires are nice and clean. Boopity boopity boop. Oh, got a light. It's doing a thing. It's doing a thing. And unfortunately, I go back to the manual. What do I do now? What do I do? Create an account. Oh man. Connect to Wi-Fi. Oh man. Complete setup on the app. Well, I already downloaded the app. I may not. Well, that will not be in this video. So I don't know. Enjoy. I'll maybe at the end I'll just talk about it and show you the sprinklers working. Look at those pretty lights. All right. So it's been a day. I actually ran the system once last night, and then I got one I had to fix. It really wasn't that big of a deal, but I am kind of putting this in here just because it's interesting. There's like an elbow that goes from the pipe to the actual sprinkler head, and it was like cracked, and it was causing like, it looked like just a pool of water, and it just like kept seeping up and seeping up. I didn't even know a sprinkler head was down there. I'm guessing that it broke because it was actually like way underneath the dirt. And then I found another one too, which is kind of crazy. Let me turn the camera around here maybe. Yeah, look at this. It's like inches below the surface, but you know, because of the water pressure and stuff, it just blew itself right out. It was nuts. But all right, let me turn it on and show you guys. There it goes. It's working. It's working. It's one way over there. You guys probably can't see it very well, and then there's one over there, which apparently is, I need to adjust. It seems to be just squirting that truck. Funny. Okay. All right, guys. Well, talk to you later.